Alright, let's test the sound and the lighting once again before I start shooting this episode. Welcome to Gear Talk number 4, which took me a while to get it out in production. I've had a script for maybe about a month, but couldn't really get myself into filming this because I was running around all busy with the move, and now that I'm sort of settled in after the first week, I think it's safe to finally get back to producing more content. I have quite a few things on the list for Gear Talk, different topics that I want to talk about, and would love for the schedule to be, I'm gonna finish out the script Monday through Friday. I have 5 days to work on it, proofread and everything, practice. And then on Saturday it's gonna be shooting day. If I can, if possible, I would like to shoot maybe 2 episodes on the same day, and then just edit on Sundays, or actually anytime that I have during the week, Monday through Friday. We should see if I can just keep up with, or if I can just finish this episode today. But if you're watching this, then yes, I probably have finished it. Just trying to see if I can keep up with the schedule that I just made. Alright, let's get to the show. When I first started doing photography as a hobby, my grandpa gave me a camera bag as a gift for my first trip being home in Saigon, Vietnam. I think it was the Canon 200DG bag. It looks something like this. Now, it wasn't like a typical messenger bag, more like a shoulder bag that you wear on either one of your shoulders. I carried a bag with me from the States to Vietnam, all around the place that I travel and back. The bag itself already had some weight to it because of the heavy padding, which is great protection for your gear, of course. It's all about protection in this episode. Let's see, I only packed a camera body, a couple of lenses, and a few travel accessories, camera stuff, and basically little things. And I found the over experience to be quite cumbersome. I mean, I might have overpacked a little bit with accessories that I didn't really need and to this day have never even used. Like a Canon flash that I still have sitting around somewhere in my old drawers back at the old house. To carry a relatively heavy bag for a long period of time is not very ideal, at least in my experience. So the next year I switched to a camera backpack, which allowed me to store more stuff, but I still managed to feel comfortable carrying it around on long distance flights. And so I've been sticking to a backpack for travel camera gear ever since whenever I travel. After a few years of using quite many different bags, I have come up with a few pros of the messenger bag and the backpack. For the cons, well, I think the messenger's pros are the cons of the backpacks. Hopefully you see what I mean in a minute. For demonstration purposes only, by the way, especially this one, because I've only used it as a book bag for when I was going to classes. But if you look up tutorials on how to turn any bags into a messenger bag, this actually can totally become my next carry-on travel bag for camera gear. Just insert, what do you call those? Camera insert bags. I think you can find those all over on Amazon, and actually I think we'll can make it work. It's quite roomy in this little bag, but that's not really the point of this video. Messenger bags tend to be a little bit more formal, as you can see for that one, depending on the style and look. But the point of it being worn on shoulders is that you can quickly grab your gear or put it back, whether your bag has a zip mechanism inside or just a flap like mine. So yeah, which is one action, or maybe in a split second. Okay, maybe not a split second, that would be such exaggeration. 1 second, grab your gear, switch something out, put it back, easy. I also notice a lot of messenger bags these days are made to not scream camera bags, so that you are less likely to have a chance of somebody trying to steal or snatch your bag while you're traveling to, let's say, a foreign country. And in general, messenger bags are, in my opinion, better for commute when you pack light. Let's say if we were to go down south for a stroll, hang out with my friends and family, or attend a formal event where I only want to or need to carry a single equipment, a small camera, a compact camera, with let's say my wallet and my keys, I would definitely go with a messenger bag because of its versatility, working as a personal fashion bag and as well as a camera bag at the same time. On the other hand, I really enjoy using this backpack as my carry-on travel backpack for camera gear, as well as a day pack whenever I'm out and about when traveling. To me, backpack tends to be a little bit more casual due to their better ergonomics compared to messenger bags, and therefore they have more dedicated compartments because of the available extra space. I actually used this backpack, one right here, on my trip to the Philippines a few months ago. Granted, it is much bigger than the messenger bag. Let me just hold it up for comparison. Yeah, as you can see, it may be heavier too, which may or may not be a problem for some people. But I could store my laptop in here, my jacket, pair of shoes down here in this compartment, and the rest of my travel camera gear, accessories, and maybe actually I didn't have any extra lens. Basically, most of my electronic and camera gear went in here. So whether I pack light or not, the weight is going to be distributed evenly on my body. And one plus side also is that my bag will also help with the weight. So unlike messenger bags, I don't really have to worry about one of my shoulders being exhausted after walking for hours on an excursion, for example. Also, I feel that keeping my camera gear in a backpack is kind of safer than keeping them in my messenger bag. Once again, due to more dedicated compartments and thicker padding and materials to protect your gear. Overall, to me, it really depends on the type of situation you're in. It varies a lot, and I can't just generalize every single situation that, oh, you should use messenger bag for this, and you should use backpack for this, or a sling bag or something like that. A certain type of bag for certain situation. Everything a messenger bag has to offer, I think a backpack does not quite as well, and vice versa. Some designs are better than others. Of course, as usual, there are always exceptions. And like I said, I don't think I would stick to only messenger bags for light and casual outings, and only and exclusively backpacks for longer travels. I tend to keep my options flexible as much as possible. And at the moment, I'm actually trying to be minimalist and carry camera setup as compact as possible. Let's say when it comes to vlogging, when I'm traveling, as compact as just a camera really on my belt using a camera clip. So there's not even any need for any bags. But of course, when you're using a bigger, heavier, and much more expensive equipment, it is certainly necessary that you should invest in a good and well-made camera bag to protect your gear. Again, it's all about protection. Let me know in the comment section down below what bag you're using, what type of bag you're using, and if you would recommend anything, because right now I'm looking to purchase a casual camera bag, preferably a small messenger bag, so that I can use to store my camera, my wallet, and my keys whenever I go out. These two bags are just too gigantic, and look at this one. It doesn't even have any come on. It doesn't even have any zip compartment in here except just these two magnetic flap buttons, and they are pretty much the only thing that is keeping my stuff from falling out of this bag. Yeah, not really the finest bag I've owned, which is why I've only used it as a book bag for school and never really used it as a camera bag. And I actually would recommend you getting a messenger bag or a shoulder bag, anything like this, when there are just two buttons holding the bag together. Not sure what I was thinking when I purchased the bag. Oh, and I probably would want to do maybe a little mini room tour soon. Not room, apartment. yeah, I got a new place, as you can see. Everything is pretty nice in the bedroom. I love the bedroom. And the bathroom, all white interior and dark wooden floor, just how I like it. And especially my bedroom with this huge window, it lights up the room very well. Where, let's say, during the day, I actually don't even need to turn on any lights at all. Or I can just use all natural lighting, which is pretty great. All right, well, I'm not gonna go on for too long until I find the next gear. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.